Can't lie, man, that was the play. Streaming every night, building up the sway. But as the sight faded, I had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray. Got my crew behind me, yeah, we call them givers. Chillin' IRL, catching all the rivers. Farkle in the chat, bringing loss to the grind. Talking crypto games while we sippin' Jack Fine. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. New Zealand's vibe, surfing waves day to night. Always looking for the next thrill, that's where I ignite. Community so solid, always shining bright. Rolling deep and cruising for the height. From the struggle to the stream, it's all just a game. But with the giver found, we're making our name. Tracking crypto profits, life just gets sweeter. Every view and every stream, making life a keeper. Give us a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. So here's to the journey, no regrets in sight. Each laugh and each tear, it's a beautiful fight. Keep the wave rolling, let the good vibes flow. We're the givers, together in the show. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme.
At ID Digital Agency, we appreciate the work you give us. We respect your deadlines, your time, and your trust. And we show it in how we communicate.
Script is how we play a game. From start to next time, chasing fame. Put the gear behind me, changing scenes. So through it and then living out the dream. Got my acoustic strum, curing it chill for cracking jokes. Go stop the thrill. In the end, the Kiwis, we ride the waves. Our streams phone, no better days. It's a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme.
Hello, the internet. It is Monday, the 8th of June, 2026, and welcome back to the channel. And, well, how about this? Dale second to the stream. Melody jumped in, and then just a second later, Dale Skins gets it. First and second place, I love it. A little feature there on Valora that just makes it all a little bit more fun. We're here to have a little fun. It's how we communicate, yes. In the Chisel chat, also Comptech, missing out on first, second, but not missing out on third.
What a do, everybody?
What a do, everybody? Right there in my Kansas. Nice having Dale's voice so close to my ears. Judeski's here as well. Hello, everyone. Melody. Good to see you all. So on the IRL stream that I did just last week, do you remember we were talking about putting in a GPS tracker in the river just for shits and giggles and just to see what happens? I got thinking about that. Wouldn't that be fun? We're here to have a little fun, right? Just a little fun. So I thought maybe today we could dedicate a stream to exploring disposable GPS tracking devices. And then we can decide whether it's worth buying them just to have, because this is what I was thinking. A sexy image on that shirt. This is a, it is a bit sexy, isn't it? This was a festival in the Netherlands that Tracer played at, Tsunami Fest. It's kind of a weird, okay, there's this, a little side story here. You have like pet names for your partner's private parts. When I was touring with Tracer, I had a girlfriend, and yeah, I don't know how this came about, but we just referred to her vagina as a tsunami. I'm not sure. I mean, you can extrapolate where that came from. A lot of I'll let you decide where that comes from. Tsunami. You know what? You know what I think it was? Also, I've heard people refer to their partner's vaginas as a punami. Punami, right? That's a common kind of pet name for a vag. But we tweaked it for tsunami for some reason. And then Tracer were touring, and yeah, there was this idea that we're going to be on this bill, and it was called Fill the Hole. Yeah. It was called Tsunami Fest. And so, and their logo is like, I mean, yeah, look, it's a sexy logo, right? And I just thought that was rad. Like Tracer on the back. Oh, can I cut to the GoPro, and I can show you the back. Should have the Tracer somewhere there. Mother Misery, Smokescreen. Yeah, third Tracer. What was it? 2012. Nijmegen in the Netherlands. Yeah. And I just remember seeing it thinking, well, I've definitely got to get a festival T-shirt from this just for the memory. The word is punani. Yeah. I've heard punani before, and we just decided on tsunami. So anyway, but this goes a while back, and it's just come up in my my T-shirt stack. Thanks for throwing me right off my track, talking about tsunamis. But yeah, so I don't know, like we might not even go down this avenue, but it would be kind of rad to. So the way I'm thinking it would work is if these GPS trackers, and I don't know this, but I think they ping a server. So therefore, there would be a way to have that information fed as an overlay. So we could just have a little sidebar somewhere up here or something, and this is where that GPS tracker is. It's floating down the Shoalhaven or something, you know? Like we could drop them off willy-nilly everywhere, and they could be like, we could have races. Like you guys could bet on them and be like, well, remember that one that gives dumped up in cans up in the Daintree? Well, that made its way down to so-and-so. And then there's one is there one that's going to make its way to Cuba Pedy? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like the Murray so I don't know. It seems like a fun idea, but it also seems like it may cost a little, but it could be worth doing. So we're going to learn about that today. That's what I wanted to do. Just learn a little about disposable GPS tracking devices and then see if we can somehow slide them in. If I just buy a box of 10 or something and then I keep them in my van, and when we're next out, by the way, did you know you're next to the Shoalhaven? Engage. We flick one out into the river and we track it until the battery dies. And then it becomes landfill. Then you're basically littering, right? Let's make no mistake, you are littering. And I used to do the message in a bottle experiment, and it killed me. I'm there on these tours. I remember throwing out off the Calais to Dover ferry a few times. I threw a whiskey bottle with a message in it, and every time I did it, I was like, that's littering, right? You are littering. But it's for social science, man. You're still littering. You're still throwing a bottle into the... I remember I dropped one into De Elbe in Dresden, and it was a Jack bottle too. It was a 1.5 litre Jack, and it smashed. So I dropped this bottle off a bridge into De Elbe, which is the river that runs... It's basically the Nile of Germany, runs all the way through to Hamburg, out into the Atlantic? Is it the Atlantic Sea? The one at the top of Germany, the North Sea, unsurprisingly. And I dropped it and I filmed it and it smashed. That's definitely littering. And at that point, not only are you littering, but it's in the middle of the river, but maybe that glass washed up to this and little kids could cut their feet open. I don't know. Let's take a look. Well, first of all, let me bring up a GPT machine because I don't even know if this is possible. We got a couple of videos to watch, disposable GPS tracker, and then I found this one just about general tracking devices. But let's bring up the GPT machine because I don't even know if this is a possible thing. Let's ask, is it possible to track a GPS device along a river? Here's my thinking. I would like to buy a number of small self-powered and possibly possibly floatable. Is that a word? Floatable? Floatable? Is the word floatable? Buoyant and possibly buoyant. Buoyant? B-O-U-Y. Buoyant? That's not how you spell it, but it'll know. And possibly buoyant GPS devices that I could set out in a river, Comtech, or just stick it on a piece of styrofoam. This is true. You could make a little boat. Yeah, true. And track it remotely for shits and gigs. I do not steal that piece from the fly. True. But then what will it do its aerobics on? I do not intend to get the device back. It would be cool to track it until its power depletes. Depletes? Is this even a thing, or am I barking up a useless tree? Oh, also, less dollars would be good. Let's see what it says. Barking up a dry river, yeah. It's absolutely a thing, and honestly, it's the sort of experiment that could produce some surprisingly interesting results. The main challenge isn't the GPS itself. GPS receivers are cheap and tiny. The challenge is getting the location back to you. Isn't that what they do? They ping a server, though? A tracker needs three things: GPS receiver to know where it is, battery powering it, communications link tells you where it is. For a river experiment, here are your realistic options. Option 1, cheap 4G GPS, a 4G tracker. Okay. There are little vehicle pet assist asset trackers all over eBay and Amazon. They're self-powered, usually between $20 to $80 each. They require a SIM card. Whoa. Okay, then I'd be getting them back, right? Send position via the 4G mobile network. Battery life anywhere from a few days to several weeks. Okay. Advantages are cheap, live tracking on a map, no need to recover them. Disadvantages: need mobile coverage along the river. Need a SIM plan. That's the big problem, right? I've got a SIM plan, but I use it for my IRL streams. If your river eventually reaches populated areas, Comtech, maybe an Apple AirTag, not cheap but small. No. Okay, so the reason that wouldn't work, the Apple AirTag would not work because they only ping when there's an Apple device nearby. It works on near field technology. The more people around the device that have an Apple phone or an iPad or any Apple device, that's what it pings off of. So if we're in a river, there'll probably be days go by where this thing's either stuck or floating, moving, and there's no one around it with an Apple device, so it won't ping. Yeah. Never mind. Yeah. Because I thought of that. I mean, the Apple device. I mean, I got one in my van, and I can ping where it is because we're home and there's people around with phones. But yeah, it's not an ideal scenario. Elfstar needs this on the Sea of Thieves. That fucker runs off willy nilly all the time. Where did Elf disappear to? I'm not sure where he is. So they need a SIM plan. If your river eventually reaches a populated area, such as the Shoalhaven, coverage is often surprisingly good. I mean, that's true. The 4G, I mean, when you think about it logically, they're going to be cellular, right? They're not going to have their own Starlink, you know. They're going to be cellular, 4G, 5G. Oh, wait, satellite. Option 2, satellite trackers are awesome but expensive. things like a Spot or a Garmin InReach. The advantage that works almost anywhere, track it all the way to the ocean. Hundreds of bucks per unit, and it needs a subscription fee. For a bunch of throw it in the river and see what happens project, I'd avoid these. Okay. Oh, here we go. Apple AirTags, usually not good. People often think of AirTags first. The problem is they don't have a GPS. They depend on nearby iPhones. Yeah. They'll disappear for hours or days. Yeah. Option 4, DIY LoRa tracker. Build it, GPS module, LoRa radio, battery, waterproofing, very cheap per unit. You'll need a receiving station. Range is limited by terrain. The floating problem. A lot of cheap GPS trackers are designed for cars and motorbikes or motorcycles. You'll need to waterproof them, make them buoyant. That's not too difficult to do though. The environmental problem. One thing I'd encourage you to think about is that deliberately abandoning electronics in a river is effectively creating e-waste. Dude, I'm glad I brought this up because there is a social conscience here, you know? You're basically littering again. So you'd probably want to keep it down to maybe 2 or 3. A variation that keeps the fun but avoids this issue is by putting a contact phone number on it. Offer a small reward if found. True skins. Track it until it beaches itself or someone picks it up. Recover whatever units you can. Yeah. A surprisingly cheap setup. If I were doing this just for shits and gigs on a budget, buy 3 to 5 mini 4G asset trackers between $25 to $40 each. Use a prepaid data SIM. Now that is something I hadn't thought of. I could just buy 20 gig, right? You're not going to need more than 20 gig. 20 gig prepaid SIM. Stick them in. Forget about them. Who cares if we get them back? Set to update every 10 to 15 minutes. Set each in a waterproof float. Release them at different points along a river and compare where they get stuck. You know what we could do? We could have a 24/7 stream. The feed is like an animation of where they are on the river, and we could just have that there. I could set up, I've still got my M1 Max. I've got that. I could set that up as running a 24/7 stream. Interesting, a way to be found and returned. That's intriguing. The proverbial message in a bottle. Yeah, no one's buying that M1 Max. And I keep lowering the price too. I haven't checked it for a little while. You know, I had a bad dream last night. I want to talk about it. I don't know. I don't know if I want to talk about it actually. But yeah, that MacBook, the M1 Max, was earmarked for someone else, and she's not getting it anymore. Although some part of me wants to still give it to her. That's an overload of integrity though, right? I'm still going to give her my laptop. Don't know, but dude, she definitely doesn't deserve it. But I had that and my Stream Deck earmarked to give her. So maybe I could take the laptop and set it up as a feed and just pull in the ping from each of these trackers just for a month or so. I don't know. Bad as in scary? No, just a bad dream. Yeah, bad dream. Let's continue on. Seal it. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So it says you could end up with a pretty interesting live stream of YouTube series. So the idea would be to track them in real time on my live stream. I guess I would need a way to animate their position on a river via some AI assistance. Mr. Tinfoiled Hat. Hey, who stole the beer? Who stole the beer? How you doing, man? Over on Peeled Skins. That's actually the best part. The part I'd least be worried about. If the tracker service provides a web page or API with live coordinates, you could build a surprisingly slick live stream around it. Yeah, this would be slick. Easiest method, live Google Maps overlay. Many GPS trackers already have live map view. Oh, yeah. Historical trail, longitude, latitude. You could simply open the tracker map in a browser, capture an OBS, go live stream, show the moving dot. Done. A better method, river race style. Imagine you release 5 trackers, you periodically pull their coordinates and plot them on a river map, satellite imagery, a custom cartoon river. Each tracker gets a name, the brave one, the idiot, Captain Logjam. You could then have them distance traveled, current speed leaderboard, ETA to ocean, watching horse racing, except it's garbage floating downstream. The AI commentary, this is where it gets fun. You don't actually need AI to move the dots. You need a GPS coordinate and a map, software that updates their positions. Then the AI can comment on what's happening. No, I'd be doing that. Dalesky, if one makes it to the ocean, a shark eats it, the shark will hunt your ass down. I mean, this does seem like a fun little shits and giggles experiment, right? The really cool version, since you're already a streamer, I'd actually skip dedicated GPS trackers entirely and look at cellular asset trackers with API access. The important feature isn't GPS accuracy. The important feature is, can I get the coordinates automatically? Yeah. Yeah, right. I mean, this could be interesting. One potential gotcha. Rivers can be surprisingly brutal. Your tracker will eventually encounter logs, rocks, eddies, weirs, mudbanks, tidal reserves. Yeah. Yeah, the real question will be, why has my tracker been sitting behind Bob's oyster farm for 6 days? For a Gives a Minute stream, I'd lean hard into the absurdity and what are you saying? Treat them like contestants in a reality show. 5 $30 trackers drifting towards the sea while chat bets on which one gets... I mean, you guys could make money off this, right? Well, oh, shit. We could launch this into like, what are those betting sites? Sports bets and stuff. We could get this like official on like a sport betting thing and like the blue tracker is leading, and if you bet on it, you could stand to people. What's the site people do that for? Got it on? Got it with? Do it at? I like the idea of sim prepaid, name each after a giver. Yeah. Prepaid SIM card in a small device that pings every so often, 5 minutes, I guess, every minute or two. Could you, that we make into a floating device. Tracker Dale is doing a 69 when it gets into a flotation. You know what it could just be? A bottle. A bottle. Such as not a paper bottle, a plastic bottle. You know why I'm thinking put it in a bottle? Because that just looks like trash then. It just looks like rubbish. But you have to, you don't want it to look like, you want people to see it and go, what's this? That's probably the sweet spot between cost, simplicity, and entertainment. A few thoughts from a practical standpoint. Tracker selection. You don't need second-by-second updates. For a river, 1-minute updates is overkill and drains batteries quickly. 5-minute updates is probably ideal. 10-minute updates is still quite interesting. A tracker drifting at 2 kilometers an hour only moves about 167 meters in 5 minutes. Yeah. Tracker Comtech keeps stopping and fixing broken tech. Now that'd be me, right? That'd be my tracker, wouldn't it? No, my tracker would be, hang on, how can we do this? My tracker would be, how do we tie this into Hex or something? Like the Gives a Minute tracker is way, way, way down. Like it's only down. You guys are all up and to the right, and Gives a Minute's down and to the left. The Hex. I'm trying to do it. It didn't really work. Battery life. Most cheap GPS trackers get terrible battery life when constantly updating. For example, 1-minute update, maybe only a few days. Fuck me. Tracker gives keep stopping to photograph frogs. That's funny. Motion triggered updates potentially much longer. Okay. A plastic bottle is actually not a bad idea. Pros, cons, cheap. Pros, cheap, waterproof, visible, easy to build. Cons, acts like a sail in the wind. That's not a con. That's a pro. The hex tracker is at the bottom of the river. You'll ideally want something that floats low in the water like a fishing float. GPS foam float weighted keel. Similar to how a buoy works. But you wouldn't want that though, because then it might catch on logs and shit. That way you're tracking the water movement, not the wind. Okay. The biggest unknown is mobile coverage. Before spending money, check the river route. For example, along the lower parts of the Shoalhaven, there's often decent cellular. Yeah, but that's just what it's going to be. This is Australia. Data usage. A GPS coordinate is tiny. Every 5-minute updates, 12 per hour, 288 per day. That's only a few megabytes per month. A very cheap prepaid SIM would likely be enough. Man, what I would build if I were doing this as a YouTube experiment, 3 to 5 identical 4G GPS asset trackers, waterproof container, foam collar around each container, bright colors with unique names, QR code or phone number on each unit. That's a good idea. 5-minute reporting interval. Create a live overlay that shows Bob, Gary, Susan. Yeah, this is cool. The reality show angle is what would hook viewers. Chat will absolutely start inventing personalities. Yeah, that's true. One thing I'd strongly suggest, make recovery possible. Yeah. Even if you don't plan to recover them. A phone number, a QR code, definitely. Scientific drift study. I mean, I could use this to get subs to my channel, right? This is an experiment. You should like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so give me. By the way, I got to put a jumper on here. It's getting cold back here. Freaking winter. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we were chatting about this on the IRL stream, and we didn't really think much more of it. Like, we just kind of spat the shit about it. But we could probably actually do this, you know. I mean, Lord knows I spend enough money on streaming stuff anyway. Like, this probably won't be that much money. Like, I mean, what's the difference, right? I'll just work an extra day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So give me a few suggestions on which devices to consider. For your information, Scatty from DLive has bought a cam to track her on kayak streams. Scatty. I don't know who Scatty is. Do you remember not Outdoor Gym? What was the dude that did the kayak, did the underwater fishing IRLs? Bought a floating cam to track her kayak streams. Okay. What was the guy in Norway that did the outdoor streams? He was pretty cool. So cool I can't remember his name. Not Reverend Jim. No, it wasn't Rev Jim. No, it was an IRL streamer in specific. Forget his name. Same, me too. For your specific use case, I'd split the options into 3 tiers. Tier 1, let's see if this works, between $30 to $80 each. Not damn demi. What about a tracker with a micro camera? Dude, a camera. Oh my Lord. That would be more expensive and more battery life. But that would be interesting, like a 360 cam. Someone want to buy a GoPro Max? No, a GoPro, the 360 one, and dedicate it to this, and we'll tack a GPS tacker onto it. Poker Time. No, it wasn't Poker Time. Here we go. A couple of examples. SinoTrack 4G GPS tracker. SafeTag Mag 4G rechargeable magnetic 4G LTE GPS tracker. Cheap enough that losing one doesn't hurt. Rechargeable. Usually support 4G SIM cards. Often have their own tracking app. The app quality can be questionable. Documentation is often terrible. Battery life claims are optimistic. Second tier, this is becoming a real stream project between $100 to $250 each. I mean, we could just go all in, right? Battery Mate 4G. Let's take a look at this schmozzle. $130 on Amazon. "4G GPS tracker, tracking device, magnet, vehicle, car, real-time location, anti-lost. Connect a solar cell." Man, now you're talking. Okay, so it's this little button. You stick a GPS, a little SIM card into it. Using existing 4G LTE network and GPS satellites, it can locate and monitor any targets remotely through bada bing, bada bam. Wow. Wow.
It was so simple.
It's not simple. There's a lot more to this than I thought. Let's take a look at the Ellen's 4G GPS track. Ooh, technical. From Bunnings for $150. Okay, just throw a bottle in the river and wait for a response. Super low tech. Yeah, we could go the low tech option. We could just do that. Okay, this just looks pretty robust, I guess. Now, what are all these connecting points for? Chuck it on a truck. Looks like a little SD card.
Fucking love me, bitch.
Hey, Jimski. How you doing, man? Good to see you, Jim. Okay. Okay, this looks possible. 4G GPS tracker, compatible with Australian telcos, cut off fuel power remotely, multiple tracking mode. It's waterproof. That's a good start. Blah, blah, blah. Uses a standard size SIM card. You track and monitor your vehicles through the web. Has a link to their tracking portal, I guess. Oh, doesn't work. hksky2000.com. Ba-bow. And the mobile app Keelan doesn't require any fees, subscription fees. Okay. But the website doesn't work. Okay. Interesting. I think AI is going to be interesting. Dangerous. Tier 3, this is the one I'd actually want. The standout device category, because if it's going to be expensive, we could just do one or two, right? Just two. I was thinking like 10 or so, but realistically, just do 2 or 3. Oyster Edge, how much are they?
Darling, is the wind blowing today? I'd like to watch television.
I don't know what the wind blowing has got to do with watching television, but okay. Oyster Edge is a rugged battery-powered GPS tracking device designed for long-term asset tracking without external power. Combines multi-constellation GNSS, I don't even know what that is, cellular and onboard sensors in a compact weatherproof enclosure aimed at tracking equipment, vehicles, and other mobile assets over months or years. Well, shit me. Give me the website, man. Where's the website? Why does GPS do that? I mean, ChatGPT do that. Didn't throw me out to a website. Throw me out, man. Here we go. Digitalmatter.com. Oh, hello. Pre-search. They've got sexy girls on here now. This is my search. I don't use Google. I use pre-search because I get paid to use it. But they've just implemented hot babe alerts. Oyster Edge. I guess this is going to... This looks like a small carry case, right? This is going to be large. Brennan, for someone who scored 37 in school, 37 out of a total of 100, you've sure grown into a curious adult who loves learning. Yeah, man, thanks. I'm assuming that was a compliment. It's an underhanded compliment because now everyone knows I got 37 out of 100, but I did tell them that. I did. I'm not ashamed of that. Not at all. I pursued other endeavors. Okay, so Oyster Edge. What about Z9H? Semi-compliment. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Z9H. Okay, a little larger. Compact battery-powered GPS tracker designed for discrete asset monitoring. Satellite positioning, cellular connectivity, transmit real-time location data providing security. Battery-powered connectivity, battery life up to several weeks, model dependent. Several weeks. Okay. Give me the website. Does follow-up take me out? No. Take me out. Give me another page. Z9H. Yeah, it was. How you doing, man? What's cracking? Yeah, this is new. It's a distracting. This is distracting, isn't it? Sexy babes just coming out all over the shop here. Let's see if we can find the Z9H website. They got a YouTube page here. Fog? What is this? Z9H is a camera as well. Z9H, what's it called? GPS tracker. Z9H GPS. Just put that in for the search field. More sexy babes. More sexy babes. Yeah, look, man, this is new. I don't do anything sexy related on this computer. None at all. Just to put that out there, right? You're seeing hot chicks there. Maddie James. Maddie James. I don't do anything like that on this computer. This machine and my M1. In fact, the only thing that catches anything spicy is my iPad. So I don't know how that's coming up there. Sexy babes are not gay. I'm sure they could be. Oh, here we go. Webtrack.com.au.
Hello there.
Oh, hello there. Yo, Hendrik, how you doing, man? What's cracking? Wait, is that? Oh, no, I went to the wrong page.
I love it. I love it.
Again, okay, that's not a carry handle. I thought that was a little carry bag. Compact battery-powered IPS tracker.
What a beautiful group of people you are. You are good. I wish I looked like you.
Give me the price, man. Is this an AU website? .au, yeah. Give me the price, man. Tell them the price, son. No pricing? I guess these are probably like way too expensive, right? Probably too darn expensive. Price. Hey, Dugsky! Didn't see Dugsky. How you doing, man? You feeling older? Are you feeling old? Mirrorless digital camera. It's a shame that the Z9H is also the name of a model of a camera as well. We're not going to find it, are we? 69. Oh, 66. Okay. Sinotrack 4G GPS tracker, compact 4G tracker with high rating. Oh, that one's $30. Okay, let's kill all those other ones we looked at. Kill. Let's take a look.
Is it our birthday?
Is it our birthday? It was yesterday for the Doug machine. Let's take a look at this $30 one. See if we get decent lifespan. Rugged, waterproof, highly accurate. Battery. Its long battery life and dependable real-time tracking make it ideal for both. Ooh, well. This one could be good. Opinions differ on battery life and subscription requirements. We don't want a subscription, do we? Okay, but we're getting somewhere. I want to explore more. $30 on Amazon? That's cheap as shit. But it does require a subscription. So let's find out how much this subscription is before we even look further.
It's all about the phrasing of the question.
What a dumb question. What a stupid question that was. How much is the subscription? Here we go. $9 a month, $10 a month, US. It doesn't seem great if it's going to have to charge me by that kind of monthly. Let's see what this one is. Safe Tag 4G rechargeable magnetic 4G LTE GPS tracker for $62 on the Amazon machine. Free trial and SIM included. UK company. Bow. Not touching if it's not Australian. SinoTrack 4G GPS tracker. $66 on the Amazon. I'll stay clear of those ones. Yeah, me too, Hendrik. There's something half the size of a phone. That's pretty good. It's waterproof too. We could just chuck it in and let it sink. 30-day no questions asked return policy. We're not including a SIM card. You need to buy a local SIM. Yes. GPS tracker for a car, motorcycle, supports real-time tracking. Professional tracking platform SinoTracker. Click the demo to log in. We have a mobile app. Okay. SinoTracker. How much for a SinoTracker subscription? GPS. Oh, hello. Were you there before? Here we go. SinoTrack tracking system. At least they got a website. At least we can go straight to the machine. Loading quite slow. Okay. How much for your welcome? Oh, these are all their products. I mean, these look pretty well established, if anything, right? GPS tracker for pets. That's cool. That looks pretty cool. I mean, this looks pretty well established. I mean, a good-looking website says a lot. Actually, does it say a lot in 2026? It kind of says someone can use AI. That's British. Let's go to Australian. Do they not have an Aussie? I guess I got to just buy from Amazon. Well, that's not British. That's just English. Service. What is their service? Products. Orange website screams Temu, doesn't it? Yeah, it does, Doug. Okay, well, I'm kind of a little bit stuck here. Secret source. The feature I'd specifically look for is not battery life. It's can I get the coordinates out automatically without having to use a tracking situation. I thought that said tracer. Tracker. You know what? I might have to look into this more myself. I'm a little over it, to be honest. I'm a little over it at this stage, but I feel like we've definitely like scratch the top of that off, and maybe I'll look into it, and maybe I'll forget about it. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. I tell you what I want to do now, though. I want to go.
Those were wonderful questions.
Those were wonderful. That's a fresh one from yesterday, Johnny Ive. Those were wonderful questions. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Doug. Those were wonderful questions. I'm going to grab myself a coffee. It is a public holiday here in Australia, but I'm working tomorrow, so no beer and no whiskey, just a coffee and a cookie, and we'll come back in and we'll just watch some content. I want to catch up with Kira and old mate. What's his name?
I want to mow the lawn and go fishing.
I was thinking about doing that as well, but I really want to see this. Double your Starlink speeds with one setting. Hell yeah. No, I don't need faster Starlink. I've got all I need in the Starlink that I currently have, but I'd like to learn about additional things. By the way, I spent a little more time coding my overlay chat. I'm adding in all the other sites, and I'm working on adding blaze.stream. And the only point I'm saying this for, the only reason I'm bringing this up now is because I hit a wall. Yeah, it's just this. I feel like I'm learning a new thing. Like, even though I'm not doing the coding, but I am learning it by absorption. So when Copilot gives me the thing, and it says you need to change this part of the puppeteer, you need to change the scraper for blaze.stream, and that I know where to go in the code to do that. Whereas before, it looked like a jumbled up pile of garbage, but now I feel like I'm getting somewhere. I'll tell you what I'm going to get right now. That coffee. Here is the day before's surfboarding, and I'll be right back. I'll see you soon. I'll be right here with you though, but I'll be back too.
Before I take it out and before I put a new pad on, just cover that with some arrow darts. So I did. I'm also going to be using a wax comb from now on. He said there's about 2 kilos of wax on that board that he took off, and I can tell you it is so much lighter without wax. I mean, it needs wax, but not the amount I had on there. So I'm going to start respecting the wax code of ethics. Not a lot of wave action, but I'm still stoked to be out here. It is a long weekend, so the beach is packed. That means there's more than 2 people. And hopefully some waves sneak through.
What's going on? Did the stream stop or something? I was out there getting a beer, getting a coffee. What happened? But the stream's still running. Did it go down for a moment? Are we buck? What happened? Who got the first? Melody was first. What happened? Whoopsie. The time is ticking, but no video or audio. What? What is going on? What? Friggin' amateur streamer. What are you talking about? Where am I? Am I offline? What the hell? It says there's 7 people. I'm going to stop and start again. The time is ticking, but no video or audio. This is surfing at night. Is that what's going on? It's weird. I got to tell you, I'm going to tell you to refresh your trousers, but I think there's something wrong with BeamStream. I think there's something wrong with BeamStream. It's working fine here. I did just stop and start it again, so first and second place will still be available. Someone might want to nab those, but I don't know what to tell you about that. I can see my feed on YouTube's fine, and I'm looking in the Beam Studio. Are we 5x5 now? Surfing at night with no swell. Had to change my trousers. Yeah, refresh those trousers, everybody. Weird. I don't know what to tell you. Whenever something funky goes along like woo! You got here first. We got to fix that overlay. Okay, you got here second. That's a real shame that's still not fixed. Yeah, that's weird. But you claimed it, and then Comtech claimed second. Nice, nice. At least you get a chance to nab that again, right? Yeah, but that is weird. I don't know why that's the case. All right, well, how about this? We go and learn how to...
Fucking love you, bitch.
We go and learn about how to fucking love you, bitch. No, we go and learn about how to double your Starlink speeds. The wrong setting. And she looks really upset about that.
Is your Starlink slow? Well, you probably set it up wrong.
Not this guy again.
Let's fix it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much once again for being here. Today, we're going to be talking about this hidden setting in your SpaceX Starlink app that will instantly fix the buffering that people are seeing, where they watch a 4K video and all of a sudden there's a spinning, or a pause.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Starlink, did I tell you how many referrals I've got? I think it's up to 13. 13 months of free Starlink. Let me tell you. Well, let me show you. Starlink referrals. 15! It's up to 15, dudes! I've referred 29 users to Starlink. Out of those 29, 15 have activated it. And I've now got 15 free months of use. So I'm not paying for my Starlink dish for 15 months minimum.
It's shit, man.
That is the opposite of shit, man. That is piss, woman. 15. It seems like every day I go in there and refresh that trouser, it goes up by a number. 15 months of free Starlink. So thank you, everybody who's used my referral. You're also getting the free month, and I'm getting the free months, and I'm using them to do the IRL content. So whenever we're out there IRL streaming, that's free in terms of the Starlink. I still pay for other services such as Go Lightstream and LiveView Solo, $800 a year for the LiveView Solo, $450 for the Go Lightstream. But the Starlink's free. Success has a way of silencing the haters. Yeah. Fuck the haters, man. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. A little aggressive. I'm doing it in a comical way, though. This guy. Full screen.
Or you're playing Fortnite and all of a sudden you get killed. You don't know what the hell happened. And well, what happened is you're lagging out. Well, there is a setting that can fix this for you. And no one ever talks about it for some reason. I don't know why that is, but we are going to.
Who's in the dark now? Who's in the dark now? Really? Is Valora off again? Valora's off again? Really? Melody? That's frightening. I'm going to refresh my trouser. No, it's all good. Melody, are you in the dark? Works for me, Daleskins? Yeah, I don't know. Valora is still on? Okay, good. No darkness. No darkness. Darkness be gone.
Today, I'm also going to give you another fix that is even bigger and better than this one.
Yeah, I think the thing to remember is if you go dark and then maybe it could be a back end of other people, but don't worry about it because I'll do it at the same time. If you're not there doing it at the same time, no, I don't know. It's all good in Brisbane. Okay, thanks very much. Good for everybody else then. I hope it's running fine here. Oh, Melody, now I see. Now you can see. Now the audio is going. Oh, is it going out? Really?
The audio is going in and out. I see. That was me doing that.
That was me doing that. I was hitting the mute button just to be silly. I don't know why. I thought I'd fuck with you guys, you know. For once in my life, can I fuck with you? And I did that with fun. That was a fun fucking. Kind of anyway, you know.
This one will be a freebie. The second one is going to cost you some money, but it's going to really just squeeze every little bit.
And you asshole. By the way, I can't handle this dude. I can't handle this guy. He squeezes every little piece of. This guy just waffles on. Gibbs is being a goofball. That's right. Did this guy really say squeeze?
One is going to cost you some money, but it's going to really just squeeze every little bit out of your SpaceX Starlink connection.
We got to crop this.
But it's going to really just squeeze every little bit.
I'm going to get that, man. I'm going to squeeze every little bit. QuickTime audio. QuickTime. Yeah. New audio recording. We're recording. We're getting it.
One is going to cost you some money, but it's going to really just squeeze every little bit out of your SpaceX Starlink.
Squeeze every little bit. We'll just save that as squeeze every little bit. Squeeze. Squeeze. And I'll get a screenshot of him squeezing. That one? That's him squeezing. I'll grab that. Swish.
Bigger and better than this one. This one will be a freebie. The second one is going to cost you some money, but it's going to really just squeeze every little bit out of your SpaceX Starlink connection that most people are not. When I tell you most, I mean most. Most people are probably getting about 50% of their speed out of their SpaceX Starlink, and the majority of it has to do with internals and not the externals. Most people say, oh, it must be because of obstructions.
Many YouTubers stretch a simple idea into a way too long explanation, and it's usually for AdSense revenue, right? After 8 minutes, you can throw a mid-roll out as well as the bumper and the ender.
Or something like that, or my dish isn't a lot. No, that's not what it is. It's getting plenty of speed, but once it hits that router, well, kind of goes downhill from there. So once again, within a minute or two, we should be able to fix this.
So what he's about to tell us in the next 27 minutes is that you need to have a hard wire between your dish and your router, which doesn't help people that use the Mini because the Mini does not have a router. The Mini is all in one. It's the dish and the router's internal. So shut up, old mate, or speed up.
Dive into this. I just want to say that if you enjoy the content,
no
phone, and I'm going to show you the app and show you how to fix the setting and the reason behind the fix, because there's always the why.
The reason behind the fix, because your speed's slow, you idiot. In the next 27, this is a 27-minute video.
Behind things, and if I just give you the how, well, that's just okay for today. But if
that's all we want to, that's the only reason we're here, is for you to give us the fix. We don't care about 27 minutes of waffle. Now I know, who am I to speak? I get it. Yeah. I get it. I'm not one to speak. I waffle on and on, but you know, it's okay for me to do, not him.
Change things up a little bit.
I'm being silly when I say it like that. I know it's not okay for anyone. I'm not making excuses.
Well, if you understand the why behind it, you'll be able to go into the new app and still be able to make the correction because you understand what's happening behind the scenes, so to speak. All right, so let's jump right into here. This is what your screen is.
Do not ever say jump right in. You should have jumped right in 2 minutes ago. If you were going to jump right in, you would have jumped right in. Don't tell us you're jumping right in. Fuck. Turn off IPv6 slows the access. Very few recently really.
Look like I'm using the Mars background because
funny, I've got that set to both IPv6 and 5, I think.
I think it looks cool. Anyways, what we want to do is come down here. You have statistics, network, subscription, obstructions, speed, settings, support. We want to go into the settings because this is the place where we're going to make the change. Now, there's two different tabs, let's call it. You have a router tab.
It's funny, this guy, he might as well have picked up his phone and said, now, first thing you need to do is get yourself a cell phone. If you haven't already, I recommend an Apple device, or you could go Android. It's up to you. There's two schools of thoughts out there. Apple fanboys will go Apple, and the others will go Android. You can choose which one you want. Now, here's a little information about Androids, and here's 7 minutes about Apples. Then once you've got your phone, you're going to need to install an app. Now, there are two ways to do that. You can either go directly to the Starlink website, or you can go to the App Store on an Apple device. But if you chose an Android phone a few minutes ago in this video, you may need to go to the Google Play Store. Now, the Google Play Store has many advantages, but I want to jump right in and tell you about the advantages of the Apple Store over the Google Store. And if you like my content, like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Waffle.
Starlink tab. If you go over to Starlink, this is where you're going to see.
You're a natural for YouTube, but don't you agree, Comtech, that that's what these guys do? And that's why. Fuck, man, that's why this reckless Ben stuff. I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday, but you guys must be well aware of this bricks and minifigs saga. That's why someone like Reckless Ben comes out with his video series on this minifigs. His content is the opposite of that. It is just so well thought out and so well planned and so well delivered. It just makes all of this stuff look so horrible and bunk. And also dated. Like, are we going to be over this in a few more years? Excuse me. Who? Oh, hello.
Your settings for snow melting, your sleep schedule, your software updates, so on and so forth, doing resets and whatnot. But we want to come back over to router. So in this router,
he literally just did it. He just did what the gag I was making about the app stores, the Google Play versus he did that by hitting the Starlink button when we actually need to be on the router button. He literally did that, and he went in and said about all the settings. Look, he did the gag without even knowing. It actually defaulted to the one that he wanted. It's on router, but he clicks onto the other one and then tells you about, he literally is doing he's doing my gag.
Speed, settings, support.
Watch.
We want to go into the settings because this is the place where we're going to make the change. Now, there's two different tabs, let's call it. You have a router tab and a Starlink tab. If you go over to Starlink, this is where you're going to see your settings for snow melting.
That's not what we're here for, dude. That's not what we need. And he knows that.
Your software updates, so on and so forth, doing resets and whatnot. But we want to come back over to router.
So why go there? You know why? To stretch it out and get the AdSense revenue. What the flying fuck, dude? It actually was on the router. You chose to go off router. That's exactly what they do, just to get to the point. Just get to the point. They do it because it's AdSense. Hendrik, I found that YouTube gives you an ask button if you use a VPN via the USA. You get an option to summarize the stream. Great to filter clickbait. That's a good idea. Yeah, all right. I use a VPN on my iPad just because all the spicy sites got barred. I don't have a VPN here on my laptop, but I have it on there. Seems to be pretty good. I actually turned it off on the IRL trip because I felt like it was a bit slower for some reason when I was out there. I don't know.
In this router area, this is where we're going to make the switch. Now, the first switch that we're going to make is going to be right here in the networks. Later on, when I tell you about another switch that we're going to be able to do to even increase your speeds even more, we're going to...
So you got two switches that you can tweak and get. You can either go from your normal speed to faster speed, or you can do that and then you can go even faster. How about you just tell us the top speed that you can do? Go to the top. Fucking hell. I just pay someone to do the thing, pay them double if they do not explain the deets to me. Interesting. VPNs are slower. I figured so, yeah.
Come down into the same area to the bottom where it says bypass mode. So just remember bypass mode, it's on the exact same settings page, so we don't have to go and show you again. You'll know what we're talking about. So we're going to click on bevel because that is the name of my dish. I click on bevel, and as you can see here, this is the setting page that you set up when you originally set up your SpaceX Starlink. Most people did it just like this, and it's wrong. We have a network name. I ended up calling it Bevel. It asked me for a password. I typed in my password. Everything is copacetic. Boom, we have Wi-Fi. The problem with this is as you can see, there is another setting underneath it that says split 2.4 and 5 gigahertz networks. And it's currently turned off. And I guarantee you, yours is probably turned off also. This we're going to turn on. Now, let me tell you why.
Did he just turn on 2.4 gig and 5?
Off, and I guarantee you yours is probably turned off also. This we're going to turn on. Now, let me tell you why. This is the most important thing.
He's gonna now explain to everybody out there that doesn't realize that your router has two different Wi-Fi settings, and the 5 gigahertz one's faster than the 2.4 gig. Are you kidding me?
The reason we're going to turn this 2.4 and 5 on is what will happen is it's going to give us the ability to split our connection, split our network. So what it'll do is it'll split the network into 2.4 gigahertz and 5.0 gigahertz. When it does that, it's going to ask you for a name. So you're going to name your 2.4 gigahertz, whatever you want to call it. So for me, maybe I'll call it Bevel 2.4. For the 5G, I'm going to name it Bevel 5.0. Makes it super simple. So what will happen is when I go into my Wi-Fi in my home, for example, it'll come up as Bevel 2.4, Bevel 5.0. And then I can select which one I want to use. But after you name it, it's going to ask you for a password for each. This is really important because what we're going to do with it moving forward is going to allow us to really hone things down and allow the things that need to have full speed have it, and the things that really don't have it. All right. So they don't clutter the network. So number one, the biggest problem here is when people set this up, so it is set up the way I had it, it combines both 2.4 and 5.0. What does that mean? That means that when your device reaches out into
I can't do this any longer. He's talking about splitting up. Seriously, man. Look at this top comment. A 27-minute video to discuss one setting. This video should be 2 minutes max. A 30-minute video for one setting. This is why YouTube shouldn't have gotten rid of the dislike feature. Unbelievable. I'm thankful people spotted how lame this is, though. Fucking hell, dude. Talk about a load of waffle. What is this? Rest in peace, Claude. Claude code just killed YouTube and nobody's ready.
A guy in a hoodie sitting in a Brooklyn apartment just used Claude Code to build a fully automated YouTube channel. No editor, no scriptwriter, no coding background.
I wrote this
He built the whole thing in a week and a half. And here's the part that should make every single YouTuber on this platform absolutely panic. He's not the only one. There's a quiet army of creators right now using Claude Code to do in 4 hours what used to take a 12-person agency a full month. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how they're doing it and why 90% of YouTubers in 2026 are about to get cooked alive. I'm telling you...
This won't, by the way, this won't last long. This AI-generated slop on YouTube, there'll be some mechanism to get rid of this. Either separating it entirely or not allowing it, period. This stuff won't last long on YouTube.
Cannot afford to scroll away from
when
this
YouTube, when the higher ups at YouTube recognize how this is ruining their platform, they'll understand that it needs to go.
Let me show you. Real quick, this is not a 10 AI tools you should be using video. Forget that. Every other channel is already making that video. This is the actual extinction event nobody is talking about. Because here's what just happened. Claude Code, in case you haven't been paying attention, just crossed an estimated $2.5 billion in annualized revenue. That's billion with a B.
That's a lot.
Companies like Uber, Netflix, Spotify, and Salesforce, they are running on it. Even Microsoft, the company that literally sells GitHub Copilot,
Jay will not last
their
long.
own coding AI tool, is having its own...
He gave up on it, man. He gave up on it. The digital ID agency, they're not doing that god-awful podcast anymore, thankfully.
Engineers use Claude Code instead. That is like Coca-Cola employees secretly drinking Pepsi in the break room. It is that embarrassing for them. Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, called it incredible on stage. A senior Google engineer said it recreated a year of his work in 1 hour. And right now, while you sit here watching this video, regular non-coders are using Claude Code to file taxes, book theater tickets, monitor tomato plants, and yes, run entire YouTube channels on autopilot. So the question is not, is Claude Code coming for YouTube? It already came, you just didn't get the memo. And in a second, I'm going to show you the exact way creators are using it to crush channels that have been around for 5 years. Don't move.
Don't move.
So picture this, there's a guy at Zapier named David. Cool guy. He writes rap songs about his dog, whose name is Benji. I'm not making that up. This is a real human at a real software company. Anyway, David was drowning. He had 15 to 20 video upload requests on his YouTube channel every month. Slack threads everywhere. Can you change the title? The thumbnail is blurry. Here's a new one. Actually, can we push the publish date back by 3 days? Classic YouTube channel hell. The exact thing every creator with a team has dealt with at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. So instead of hiring a developer...
I haven't had one of those. I've never had one of those. I've been on YouTube for 11 years.
For a full-time salary, David sat down with Claude Code, opened up his terminal, and just described what he wanted, like he was texting a friend. Build me a tool where my coworkers can upload videos to our YouTube channel without sharing passwords. Claude Code wrote the entire thing with OAuth login, with permissions, with on-brand AI thumbnail generation built into it. Production ready, working, live.
Amazes me how shorts are so popular now, Daleskis. Does everyone lack an attention span past 30 seconds? Yeah. Yeah, and YouTube seems to be really promoting the shorts. By the way, let's just pause for a second. That tweet that Starlink retweeted from me, I've now got over 1 million hits on that, which is definitely that's viral, right? 1 million hits on a tweet. That's considered viral, isn't it? Where is my profile? Yeah, on May 30, yesterday I did a 10-hour IRL camping stream from remote Australia, all made possible by Starlink Mini. Now I'm getting ready to go again. Thank you, Elon, for this incredible tech. And I tagged Starlink in it, and they retweeted it. And I've had 1.2 million views. 162 likes, 29 retweets, and 22 comments. That's definitely a record for me. I think my profile is getting seen too. 313 followers, not many, but yeah. What happened to my banner? That's cool, Bennett. Yeah, I mean, I don't really pay too much. I mean, look, I've done 2,034 posts on Twitter over the years, and I really don't pay much to it. But then, yeah, when Starlink retweet you, it does work. I mean, 1.2 million views, 1 million impressions, 5,000 engagements, 434 detail expands, 164 profile visits. So they all went to my profile on the basis of this post. They would have seen crypto, tech, whiskey, surfing, IRL streams. I've got my link to my link tree straight up there. They could have clicked that, and then it would have taken them out to my link tree, which is, I haven't updated, I did it kind of recently. Yeah, I put Valora at the top. Look at that. Top link there on my link tree, Valora, YouTube, official token on pump.tires. I might remove that. Beamstream, Kick, one-time PayPal contribution, gives a minute on X, right where we are, gives a minute on Twitch. That'll throw everyone right off. I got to get rid of my Patreon. I don't use it at all. Streamlabs, LinkedIn, gives a minute, Kit, TikTok, gives merch, Instagram, Discord, Facebook. That's a ripper. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty psyched on that. I didn't expect that. Yeah, is what it is. Thank you, Elon.
He doesn't even consider himself a developer. And here's the part where most people zone out, so let me make this really concrete for you. That tool he built, an agency in San Francisco could have charged him an estimated 5-figure amount to develop. Easy, maybe more. He did it on a basic Claude Pro plan in his pajamas. Think about that for 1 second. The same money you spent on Chipotle this month, basically lunch money, is now potentially buying you the same output that used to cost an entire engineering team. That is not...
Trouble with this kind of content and this kind of video, you're not getting creativity out of people. You can't... YouTube, when they realize, and they already have, but when the steps are put in place to filter this crap out, what's going to be replaced? The real creators. So this is a temporary glitch, and the real creators that are creating legitimate content will come to the top eventually.
Not an exaggeration. That is the business model that just nuked from orbit. And before you say, yeah, but I'm not technical, this isn't for me, neither was he. Claude Code literally writes the code. It opens your files, runs your terminal, fixes its own bugs, tests itself in a browser using the Claude Chrome extension, and then ships you a working product. That is not a coding tool anymore. That is a one-person agency.
And by the way, just the way he said that the Claude Code will do that for you in one click, from my experience in the most recent times doing my chat, my merged chat for IRL streams, it's never one click. I spent all day today trying to punch into a WebSocket to get blaze.stream chat webhook from the chat. So it's, and by the way, that would have taken me a week to have to learn the language and all that crap. But so the AI definitely speeds the process up, but it's not just like create me this and walk away from it, it's done. It comes back and then there's issues. Then you got to start knowing how to deploy something. You got to have a GitHub. You got to know how to use that. You got to know how to check the logs. It's not as easy as they're saying. It's definitely helpful. It's certainly speeding processes up, but it's not what they're saying. It's just, because basically if what they're saying is true, you could basically say, hey, Claude, make me a millionaire. Fuck all the apps and the videos. Just give me $1 million. Do whatever you need to do to make me a millionaire. I don't care what it is. Just make me a millionaire. It's not like that. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, Jim. Yeah, exactly, Jim. It works to the way that, and I'm a great example because before, and it's great that Jim's here, before Valora, I didn't even really know that there was, I knew that there was developers, of course, app developers, and I know from cryptocurrency there's usually a team of devs, and I understood that, but I didn't know that something as specific as what I required in this chat environment, I didn't know that there was a way for me to do it. I thought that there was only the owners of the site and that have the access to the back end of the site would be able to do that. Now, I did all of this without any API access. Now, I do have Valora API access. I don't have Beam. I used the Beam chat and I used different scraping technology and a headless browser in a railway deployment to do what I needed to. So you can say the AI helped you get there 100%, but I actually had to go along and learn as I'm doing that. So now I'm trying to bring in other chats that rely on a different mechanism. So like blaze.stream, there isn't a chat pop out. It's all embedded in the same page. Most times you can pop out the chat and you get a different URL, beamstream.gg/givesaminute/chat, valora.tv/givesaminute/chat. Not like that on Blaze. It's all one. So there's these little hiccups that you have to sort of understand, and then you use the AI to say, okay, so now go and inspect this element and tell me what the WebSocket's pointing at and how the receiver and blah, blah, blah. So you get all this stuff, and that's all coming into me from the last few months just because I now know that this is a thing and I can learn it. Like anything, right? You can learn something. But if it was as simple as clicking a button on AI, the person would say, I don't want to upload videos to a random YouTube channel. Just give me the money. Make me the money. Not like that.
Living inside your laptop, and it works while you sleep. Now look, I already know what some of you are thinking. Bro, I can barely turn on my MacBook without crying. How am I supposed to use a terminal?
That is a very good question. How am I supposed to use what's called terminal, not a terminal? I didn't know that either. I knew terminal existed. I knew it from back in the PC days in the early 90s when I learned, funnily enough, man, I learned computing in high school and it was one of my favorite subjects. I was shithouse at it, like absolutely shithouse, but we were learning on Apple IIc computers how to program in BASIC and Voltron? I can't remember the name, but yeah, we had to make a program that drew a square on the green monochrome screen, the literal green screen, like the one from the Matrix. But I knew that there was terminals because we had to put in floppy disks and do CD / directory and lists and stuff. But I didn't realize that was part of the Mac as well. I mean, I thought that was just for PC, for Windows machines. But there's a terminal in Mac, and you can use terminal with GitHub to deploy your project to, in my case, Railway. And I also tried Fly.io and Cloudflare. Cloudflare didn't support headless browser trousers, but Fly.io did, and Railway does. But yeah, you use terminal to do it. So it's pretty rad. I might have to try doing something like this, and it's costly in the start, honestly. You mean this exact setup, headless YouTube channel, just putting shit up on YouTube and making money from it? It's kind of strange. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, I want, if anything, I want AI in general I want it to work with me. By the way, while you're here, Jim, I just want to pull up that merged chat that I've done just to see do we get badges? This is my chat. Jim, could you just chat again for a second? Just make a comment. I just want to see, because you've got badges in your handle and so does Dale. There you go. Yeah. These comments are black. Yeah. So the badges are there. Right. I mean, you guys can't really, I can make it larger. The badges are right there. Slickness. Now I'm just going to do a little YouTube chat. See what the YouTube one looks like. Like this. YouTube's a bit slower to bring it in, but it should pop up there. Yeah, I wanted to see the padding between the logos. Yeah, right. Okay. And while we're here, that's clean. It's very clean. What a do, Dale. Yeah, look at Dale's badges. Moderator. So what are these badges? Does it come up on hover? I might have to add that on hover. I want to see what they are. Yeah, we need to have it on hover, don't we? I'm going to just get a screenshot of that. Call it. Oh, you can't name a screenshot, can you? And I'll just, while we're here, just because I'm psyched on this, here is a Kick chat. Kick's chat. The Kick logo is pretty lame with that green, isn't it? What else did I do? Oh, Beam stream, Beamer. And a long, like I needed to do this, so long form. So if the comment goes too long, it, carriage returns. They're mod sub VIP gift leader badges. Okay. But they should definitely be on hover. And I want to add Facebook to this as well. That's going to be the tricky one. I want to add Facebook to it. What other ones did I put in there already though? Kick. What other ones did I put in there? Oh, Twitch machine. Actually, while we're here, I'm going to do that. I'm going to just open up the Twitch one. Twitch and Nemo.tv. Yeah. This chat. Twitch machine. Twix machine. Yep. So the logo, yeah, that and the. You know, see how the channel logo disappears after the chat message? I'm going to change it so that the chat message slides out across the logo. The logo stays momentarily longer than the message, and I want the message to slide over it off to the screen. Instead of disappearing up, I want it to slide off that way. Oh, sorry, that way. That's easy enough to do. But the other one was Nemo.tv, right? These are the ones, and I'm working on well, the ones that I'm working on, I'll list them to you. I'm working on Vaughn Live, Blaze.stream, VP Zone. No, Rumble should be already up. Rumble and Pilled are already up. Oh, let's check Rumble and Pilled. Yeah. Let's do Nemo first. Here comes a Nemo. What I'm working on, I'll list them to you. I'm working. Keep me down. Nemosity. Oh, Nemo doesn't work? Why not? Nemo did work. Or did I not do Nemo? No, I thought I did Nemo. I guess I didn't. Nemo's not working. Are any of them working? Did it just die? Shit. No, it's working. Is Nemo down? Am I not live on Nemo? No, I'm live on Nemo. Oh, there it is. Wow, that was weird. Took a while to come in. Okay, interesting. I don't know why that stalled out like that. I guess there might be a listener that I got to update once it goes to sleep, because Nemo is pretty quiet. Let me open up Pilled and Rumble, because I'm going to add Odyssey, BitChute, and the Arena as well. Here's a Pilled chat though. Let's open up Pilled machine. Am I not live on Pilled? Uh-oh. I don't think I'm live on. No, I'm live on Pilled. Let me see. Am I not live on Pilled? Uh-oh. Keep it down. Bam. Here we go. Oh, because I want to see what the their logo's shit, by the way. Their Pilled logo, and I couldn't find a clean version of it either. They didn't have a brand assets folder anywhere. The stickers. They're big, lovely stickers. Here comes one. I'll post that one. Just want to see what it looks like. And then we'll go for a bigger one. See how it expands? I did that. How it expanded into the box? I did that. This girl's cute, so she gets a post. That image is a bit smaller than the one above it, but let's get a real long one. This one's not animated, but it's a real long one, so it should push it right out. Yeah, there you go. I did that. I made that work. And Rumblosity. Where's my Rumble feed? Rumblosity. Oh, I also want to check. That's not it. Am I not live on Rumblosity? I also want to check. Where else should we go? Rumble's, man, I can't find Rumble is confusing. Researching the best folding camping shovel? Why does that pop up there? That's an old stream. This is the one I want. So this should pop up as Rumble. Yep, Rumble's right there. Green handle. And then I wanted to just check on Twitch the animated, I'm just doing this for my own shits and giggles, the animated emotes, because these were so tricky to do. Perfect. I did that. And on YouTube, there are emotes on YouTube as well. I'm going to just put a whole bunch of randoms in just to see. Cool. Symbols. The symbols. That's a symbol. Interesting. They don't look as good as they do in the... Oh, that's okay. Different colors. So that's done. And the other one that I wanted to do is... It's not going to work today anyway. But anyway. Yeah, on hover, I want to see what these are. Yeah. What are we doing? Why are we doing this? I got sideswiped. I got sideswiped because I'm stoked on what I've done. In fact, I don't even want to watch the rest of this. Instead, let's go and take a look. Oh, hello. Let's take a look at Filthy Travels. We'll wrap up our stream here with some Filthy Travels. Filthy Travels, Kira and Ryan. We've been watching them. They're traveling in a Delica. We like it. By the way, look at this. Look at this. Take a look at this today. Just careful what I show you here. Hello. Look at this. Is that too bright? Brightness down a little. Have a look at that. That's still too bright. Screen is too bright. On the beach, not Govan. Oh shit, hold on. Not Govan. Not Govan, but down at Main Beach, someone else had a Delica looking kind of like Govan. Mine's better, but yeah, Spotto in the wild. I bet the door, the step doesn't come out for them. So where are we? Where else should we go? Where were we? We are up to off-roading through Croc territory. But where is this video in terms of their... Yeah, here. By the way, in this thumbnail, kind of looks like she's naked. I don't know if you can see that very clearly. It starts when you hit full screen. Command R, your trouser refresh. No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, she's not naked, but it just looks like she was. Kill that music. I always get stung from... They always...
Welcome back to another episode.
I'm Ryan, and this is Kira, and we're travelling around in this old bus.
On this week's episode, we're in the Northern Territory exploring Litchfield National Park.
Right.
It is absolutely magical. There are some awesome four-wheel drive tracks out there, some super cool river crossings. The scene's absolutely beautiful. The waterfalls are incredible. We're cooking burgers. We're making damper. This is one of our favourite...
Wow! I'm going to go there. I want 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 to live stream from right there. I want to sit on that ledge, drink a home brew. I want to do it.
So thank you so much for joining along, and we hope you enjoy this week's episode.
Florence Falls. Pulled up here for the night. Our first night in the Litchfield National Park. Kira's making some beautiful wraps and some lamb shish kebabs with some lettuce and tzatziki. Not a bad spot to enjoy the sunset.
I bet you want to do that trip. Probably will do it. You know, more than likely, Hendrik. I'm going to head north in September, and I don't really have a destination in mind. Probably will wind up out there, huh?
But, you won't really see it too much, but get some beautiful colours through there no matter what. Laughing. So a sneaky walk. Go check out the waterfall.
I don't like staying in those, designated camping sites though, but I don't know. Some of them you're going to not be able to avoid.
You wouldn't believe it. Another Delica. It's always a day when you see another Delica. And check out Florence Falls. This is crazy. We literally just left the sign up there. And come down here.
Wow.
Look how beautiful that is. I think we have a few
the Delica. Delica.
Amazing. Walking tracks right alongside the river. Wow. We made it to the falls. Stairs are really hard work, but...
Dalesky, it's kind of funny. I've never seen a Delica here in the US. Now, there are a bunch out there. Yeah, it's interesting. You've never seen one. I tell you what, when you do see one, get a photo of it, man. That'd be interesting because it will happen. You will see one.
For some. How beautiful.
Gorgeous.
That water's going to be freezing, but we got to get in there.
Wow. Pristine. Very low croc risk. Management practices reduce the risk of saltwater crocodiles entering this area. Surveys conducted prior to opening areas. Traps set outside the swimming areas. Saltwater crocodiles removed when detected. So they are there. Shit. Oh, man. That's frightening, hey? Damn, dude. Saltwater crocodiles removed when detected. Fuck's sake. So they are there. Ouch. Oh, wow. I'm going.
That swim.
It was amazing.
Incredible.
Very nice.
Removed after they bite your ass. They don't bite you. They eat you, man. They eat you alive.
Not far down from the little washout swimming hole up there is this big old croc trap here.
What the fuck?
They are around.
That's a croc trap? Okay.
So from Florence Falls, we drove about 5 minutes down the road to Bully Rock Hole.
Bully Rock Hole. Here we go. 500 Ks return.
500 Ks return?
Hole. Here we go. 500 Ks return.
500 Ks? The fuck is that 500 Ks?
So from Florence Falls, we drove about 5 minutes down the road to Bully Rock Hole.
Bully Rock Hole. Here we go. 500 Ks return.
500 Ks. Imagine setting a GPS tracker off in one of those places and seeing where it goes.
Spectacular.
That was so cool. I love that. So from Bully Rock Hole, we headed to Tolma Falls. It was about 15 minutes down the road. So there's no swimming at these falls, but there's a few viewing platforms right near the car park, and view is absolutely stunning.
Wow. Kill the music.
Tolma walking track. Climb it back to the car. See how crazy it is.
Oh, nice.
What?
Why do they use this music? Hiya!
So there is the option to head a different way back to the car park. It's a short 1 kilometre hike, and it's gorgeous. Passes through some more little waterfalls, so definitely recommend.
The water looks so clear. I wonder why you're not allowed to swim in those places. Is it like culturally significant? Try and put a GPS tracker on a croc. Yeah.
So from here we headed to Wangi Falls, which
Wangi.
is about another 15-minute drive away. Just made some lunch first up. It's getting pretty late, so we have to stop the hangries.
The car park and the falls? Which falls are those, honey? No? Don't know you know where Shell ponds on these are?
So we got to the falls, and they were so incredible.
That's a place I'd like to get myself into. Doesn't that look rad?
Actually decided we would come back the next day when we had a little bit more time to spend here. But on our way out, there was plenty of wildlife out and about, so that was pretty cool.
Nice.
We've come back to Bully Rock Hole for a afternoon beer after all our
beer
around.
Afternoon beer.
Okay.
Hell yeah, I'd do this. Yeah, Dale. Hendrik. There's one out here that I want to go to. By the way, it's good that you're here, Hendrik. Not far from here, there's a place called the Endrick River. And I'm going to go and do a live. I'm going to camp out there for a few nights. But there's one sort of similar to this called Hell's Hole on the way to the Endrick River. Might do that as well.
And after after all that, it was finally time to head back to camp. So we were at Florence Falls Old 4-Wheel-Drive Campground again tonight.
So we go back to camp and we hid some wood behind a campfire in an old carton of ours. And we got back and it was gone. So we just went for a quick drive down there and we found it. Got it back. Happy days. We get to have a fire. And special treat, Kira's going to cook up her famous damper. I've been waiting for this damper since we hit the road. It's the only reason.
Some doofus tried to tag Wavy, but he said, "I'm an alligator, you dumb ass. Fuck off with peace and love." Tag Wavy. Tag Wavy.
Went on our trip, really. So I could try this damper out more.
Tonight?
Yeah, you want to cook your damper?
I was going to do it tomorrow.
Oh, all right. Well, tomorrow then.
It's more of a morning thing, don't you think?
Could be.
Well, we're having burgers for dinner. Be a bit much.
There you go. Burgers for dinner. Fair enough.
We'll have it for breakfast.
All right, breakfast then. You have to wait.
Leave a little bit of
you guys have to
Wavy,
wait.
if you know, you know. I don't know. I know it's a boating company, isn't it? Wavy?
Right. Here we are. Nice swim at the little secret waterhole with a croc trap just a few seconds down that way. It's all right. They'll eat that before they eat us, right?
That looks nice, but man, it's frightening that there could be crocs.
Burgers for dinner tonight. We've got the plate on the fire. Got some salads ready. These brisket burgers from
IGA.
Berry Springs. Ryan is the chef tonight. I'm the Swiss chef. Bit of vinegar and water in there. Just give it a quick clean.
I am both the Hell's Hole and the Hendricks River. I would love to join you. I'm that's going to be my once this chat stuff's all finalized, which is getting very close. I'm going to do another couple of days out, and it's going to be to the Hendrick River for sure.
Seasoning hot plate.
Putting a bit of butter on the buns, flattening out these gigantic patties, salt, pepper, bit of oil. Buns on first.
Whoa. Too much. Turn the fire down.
Alright, we got the buns ready with barbecue sauce and onion on one side, and then mayo, lettuce, avocado sauce
Raw onion.
on the other.
Interesting.
Amazing. Which side do you want?
The lettuce side, please. And there we go. Brisket burgers.
Looks good.
Today we're doing damper. I used to make
Fuck, they eat so much, man.
So the damper is
Every second scene, it's like, now we're going to eat burgers. Now we're going to cook damper. Now we're going to have toast. Now we're going to... They do too much, man, Dale. They know how to do... Man, it's like... This channel should be more about the food cooking, camping food style, camping cooking food styles.
And Parmesan cheese. Usually it's about, I think, half a cup of flour per person, roughly. Right, we got the flour. Gonna get the jalapenos ready. I'm just gonna chop them up a little bit. Using the last of the jalapenos, but I am just gonna put a little bit of their juice into the mix.
The mix?
Just chopping up the jalapenos.
So they're going into mix. Parmesan cheese. I'm just gonna use probably about half the packet.
Okay.
And then beer.
Beer?
I don't really know. Let's see how much I end up using. You don't want too much, so you just want to start with a little bit and then keep adding it. So you can see it's just starting to stick together. Just going to add really small bits at a time here. It's pretty much all staying together now, so I'm going to ditch the spoon. This is probably a little bit wet, to be honest.
Yeah.
But you pretty much want it to be able to pass it between your hands and it not get too stuck. And just sprinkling a little bit of flour in the pot just helps the bottom of the damper not get burnt.
Coals going on.
So the dampers can really take anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour. Just depends how wet the mixture is, how hot the fire is, and all that sort of stuff. Usually if you check it after the first 10 minutes, you can gauge pretty well how it's going. Just keep turning it and checking it every 10 to 15 minutes until it's crispy on top and kind of spicy.
Now look, have they seasoned that properly? No. My cast iron pot is seasoned and sealed.
Yum. That's so good. Nice transfer.
These two will be good parents. Yeah. Do you know what? This couple is so well suited to each other. Like, this looks like an ideal couple, you know? They get along so well, and they just, I don't know, like it. Yeah, I'm jealous of how good they are together.
Voila.
Voila.
Agreed. Yeah.
Well done.
Thanks.
You know, it sounds crazy, but they're both kind of similar in appearance as well. It's like they both have a similar body shape and a body type, and they look. This is going to come across weird, but they look like they could be brother and sister, and that is weird, right? That is going to be weird, but that's what it does look like that. But they're just super well suited. I noticed that early on. Me too, man. Yeah. And I'm not saying that they are, but I'm just saying that there are similarities there.
Oh, she's a bit spicy. So we headed to Walker Creek. It was about 50 km
There's some
away
similarities.
From
There's some
Florence
similarities.
Falls. We did take a quick little detour to the Bamboo Creek tin mine just down the road.
Sneaky little walk to Bamboo Creek tin mine. It's an old tin mine back in the 1940s.
Bamboo.
Did you just pick that up?
Nah,
Did you really
Googled it.
Oh my god.
You've been driving, so I've been researching. We changed roles.
I love driving now.
You're no good at it, but
Liar.
what you want to be walking next to in the territory?
Fuck no. That's the scariest shit, dude.
Liar.
Like that kind of area where they are 100% crocodiles. You that's so dangerous, man. I hate that. That's like land sharks. Cast iron needs to be sealed properly and involves fire. Yes, Hendrik, I'm fully aware of how to seal it. Mine has been sealed. Oh, by the way, can we do a little? Is my audio synced? Tell me if this is in sync. I mean, holy shit, that came right up the edge of the trumpet. Was that clap? Are you hearing the clap at the same time I'm clapping? How am I going to remember this? How far in? 1 hour 53. I'll check the replay, but I just wanted to worry. I just worry about my audio being out of cinch. Seems okay though.
You want to be walking next to in the territory?
It's in cinch? Thank you. Thank you.
Log.
5x5.
The log climb.
Thank you, Daleskins.
Look at you go. Wow. Looks like a lot of fun. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, can we just check something in my my chat overlay? I just wonder. I haven't done this yet. I closed it. Hold on a sec. Let me reopen it. I don't think this will happen, but can someone just put a well, first of all, just do a chat so it pops up. I think that it'll just come up, but just do a chat massage. And then I just want to see if can someone just chat in Valora? Okay, I'll do it. Fuck you. Fuck you all, man. Maybe you're away from your keyboards. There you go. Now, Hendrik, can you just trigger an alert? I wonder if that comes up here. If not, I'll add that in. Trigger an alert, and I just wonder if it comes up on here. I don't think it will. I highly doubt that it will, but I'm just curious.
Fucking love you, bitch.
No, it didn't. Now you're seeing it. Oh wow, massage came up. Interesting. Now that's interesting. So what happened then? Okay, this is me. And now if I trigger an alert.
I just farted.
Okay, so that needs to be fixed. Okay, cool. I'll get a screenshot of that, but that does need to be fixed. So the alerts are coming up incorrectly. Yeah, great. Okay, I'll code all that in. I'll get all that done. I'll get that done. I don't know when because it takes me a long time to do anything. I'll get it done though. Trust me.
Walker Creek day use area. Let's go have a look. Wow. Hey.
Daleskins. It's rad how you're always seeking ways to make the stream better. Thank you, man. Yeah, I think this coding stuff has really opened up a little. It's piqued my interest. Like now that I've got AI in my pocket, I can use it to do things that before I wasn't even sure was possible. Like hell, I'm even thinking about can I get AI to help me to not have to use Go Lightstream? The only reason I pay $500 a year for Go Lightstream is that bitrate failsafe. Can't I program and host a little server that takes my feed, and then if a bitrate drops below a certain point, it brings up a be right back, and then can't I code? I'm sure. I mean, think about it. Go Lightstream is just code, right? Someone just made it, and they're paying for it.
Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast.
Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast. Just picture it. Picture me saying, "Hey, Copilot, can you help me to bypass Go Lightstream? The only reason I'm using it is for this when the bitrate drops. Can you code me a little project that can ingest my stream, and then if the bitrate falls below a certain designated amount, we dump to this, and then the stream stays live." It will say you're going to need to have a hosting package that enables blah 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 blah, and I'll be like, well, I'm already paying $500 a year to do that on Go Lightstream. How much would it be for me to set that up myself and then run it all myself? I mean, the paid service model online is rapidly dying because people can do it themselves. Like I want, these alerts, and like when I'm streaming from the vehicle, I need text to speech. Well, as soon as my chat overlay is completely finished, the very next step will be, okay, now Copilot, all those chat messages, I want you to convert them to text, to speech, and play them in a separate browser. So bump it out to a separate URL that I can open up on my phone, and I want to hear them played, text to speech. And I want it to use Dale's voice based upon his "what to do, everybody" code, and then it'll be like, yeah, sure, we can choose that. That is the very next step. And then the next step will be, also Valora.tv has these channel points that you can trigger alerts. I want those alerts to sound also not just text to speech. I want the alerts to sound. How do we do that? And the alternative is to get someone else to do it or wait for someone to employ it to deploy it themselves. I'm not waiting. We got this whole thing of the thing. The whole planet is in front of us, and we got AI to pull it all together. Now, I've sledged AI recently, and I've taunted it. ChatGPT is probably the worst of the worst. Copilot seems to be pretty good for coding, and it seems to be unlimited. Do you know I hit a limit? Unlimited, I hit a limit. I hit a limit twice on Copilot. Yesterday when I had that marathon session, I woke up at 6:30, started coding by 7. At about maybe 11:30, a little pop-up said something like, it came off to the side, like not in my actual chats, but from the side, a little thing came in and said, Copilot's an AI, but you're a human. You've been at this for a while now. Do you want to take a break and come back? I was like, oh, wow, I have been at it for a while. Yeah, I will. I went out and I checked the surf. I came back in. I went, let's get back into it. And then the next time it did it was a little bit sooner. And it said, like I said earlier, I'm a computer. I'm endless, but you're not. You're a human. Maybe you should take another break. And I was like, yeah, you got a point. I'm glad you're seeing it in a better light. It's what you make of it. Yeah, Jim, by the way, all of my API requests and all of my developer stuff in the Valora backend, I don't need any of it. Like I haven't touched. I did, and I went in there and I tried to do it, and I got stuck, and then I was, sending out messages to Corey and whatnot. I don't need it at all anymore. I might need it, but at this point, I've achieved my goal without using any of that, which is kind of rad. Benon, most tech nerds are intelligent yet lack personality. Okay. Or combine both. It's quite rare. Wait, you're saying Jim's rare? No insult intended, just an observation. Rare is good. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm it's kind of weird. I don't want to be a developer, but I also, when I need something, it is rad that I can do it myself, or at least teach myself. Instead of relying on someone else or not doing it, I can learn on the fly and, stumble around for a while and make mistakes and then come around and get something good. It's the win. I'm stoked on the win this weekend that I had to get it all to where it is. But there's obviously things that need to be done. But yeah, it's pretty rad. I needed it in my projects. I didn't want to backdoor it. You needed AI. Jim, but you are a dev, right? Like you have like knowledge of coding language and whatnot. To me, literally all of this is new. Like when it said you need to have a GitHub, I was like, I know about GitHub. I'm a little confused by it, but I know about it. I don't have one. Okay, you got to get one. And then you need to deploy your project from GitHub using terminal into a Railway. I don't even know what Railway is, right? It's a coding language. It's a platform. I don't know what Railway is. I know Cloudflare is a version of it and Fly.io is another version of it, but I know that they're needed. So I learn all this in the same day. It's kind of rad, actually. It's kind of rad. Learning and achieving is one of the reasons we're alive. To boldly go, yeah. And you know what's going to happen? I feel this. As soon as I get this like completely done for myself, I'm going to take the whole thing and I'm going to park it and I'm going to say, hey, Copilot, this is all working extremely well for me. How do we make another version of it that I can give to someone else, and all they've got to do is input their channel name and it does all the stuff for them? So how can someone else benefit from what I've just done, but they don't need to go down the road I went down to get there? So if you want an overlay that you can plug in for IRL streaming, I've got one. At the moment, it's tailored exclusively for Gives a Minute. But once it's all done and dusted and the text-to-speech and the alerts and all that's done, I'm going to say, yeah, man, this is all great. I appreciate it's working fine. I want this to be super easy for me to just hand off to someone else and say, you want this? Click this button, input your channel ID, put your password in, send me 12 grand. No, I'm kidding. Take it and just use it. And it should be like, I don't want people to get it and go, I've got to try to find a WebSocket, or I just want them to be able to go, there it is. Plug it in and it works. I'm spinning up something I posted in the dev showroom on Discord. Ooh, what do you got going there, Jim? I'll go and have a look at that after the stream. I'm stoked for the core. I saw the Corey's 2 songs, the anthem and an original. I got to check them out later. That'll be a good time too. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Let's continue on with this. But yeah, I'm stoked. Yo, Jason, how you doing, man?
What you think about this, please?
How you doing, Jason? Over on Kick Machine. Good to see you, dude. Yo, Be Content. Be Content. How you doing, man? Jason and Be Content on the Kick Machine. Good to see you. Good to have you. Good to know you.
Then we headed about 15 minutes down the road back to Wangi Falls.
Wanky. She's got a pool noodle. Be Content. You're a GoPro user? Yes, I am. I surf with GoPros. I'm not using, so I beg your pardon. I do have a GoPro in situ here on my streams. I got 2 GoPros. I got one behind me and I got one above me on the right-hand side. You'll be seeing the one behind me right now. That's a GoPro. Hero 7? Yeah, 7. And this one here is a 7 as well. But I'm only using those for these kind of reverse cameras, but I don't use them for any. I beg your pardon. I use the 13s with the max lens mods. Here, it's just gone off screen. The max lens mods for my surfing content. And I'm I sent an interesting, now that you got me talking about GoPro, can I tell you an email? Okay, I've been having this discussion. How do I tell you this? I've been having a one-way discussion with GoPro about the Mission 1 Pro. When I say one way, it's because they're not responding. So back in mid-May, I sent them an email. My name's Benon and I'm run a semi-daily surf video series on my YouTube channel built around multi-GoPro workflow in real Australian surf conditions. Each session currently uses 2 Hero 13 cameras, those ones up there, 1 POV bite mount and 1 board mounted plus a solo shot beach camera, giving 3 angles per wave. I typically upload short form surf edits within hours of each session. The workflow is designed around speed and reliability. I'm very interested in testing 2 Mission 1 Pro units within this setup and documenting how they perform in real-world day-to-day surf creator workflow rather than a controlled studio-styled review. I think there is strong potential to demonstrate real surf usability and durability, multi-camera syncing in Final Cut, fast turnaround, creator production pipeline, mounting and accessory practicality in surf conditions, long-term reliability under daily salt exposure. Here's my Today's Surf playlist. I'd also produce an initial video covering the transition to the Mission 1 Pro and how high frame rate capture can be used for slow motion in a 4K delivery workflow. Thanks for your time. I sent that to GoPro. No response. On the 23rd of May, I said, hi guys, just following up on this in case you missed it. No response. And this is to the PR email as well, pr@gopro.com. And then on the 3rd of June, another follow-up. Hi again, guys. Now that the Mission 1 Pro are commercially available, I still don't see any reviewers getting out into the surf and testing these cameras as I've indicated below, so my workflow. I'm still open to discussing a collaboration if you think we'd be a good fit. No response. Yesterday, I sent a follow-up. Hi again, guys. It's been another 5 days and I still do not see any reviews on YouTube specific to surfing from the Mission 1 Pro. In particular, no one is putting it in the backdoor floaty, the orange floating device. The one on your website that you've since removed from being compatible with the Mission 1 Pro, and I took a screenshot. They had it at one point as a compatible accessory, but we all know that the Mission 1 Pro is bigger. By the way, I got to illustrate this. I'll just get mine. I've got to illustrate it because it won't make sense otherwise. So here is the Hero 13 and here is the backdoor floaty we're talking about. This goes in here very, very tight, right? Like it's a fit that's designed to be snug, right? So that's a snug fit. Now the Mission 1 Pro is bigger than the 13 by not a substantial amount, but enough that it would not fit in here, I don't imagine. But GoPro was saying that this existing device was compatible with the Mission 1 Pro. This is a 13. A bigger camera can fit in there. I was always like, that's not going to happen. So I said, in particular, no one is putting the Mission 1 Pro in the backdoor floaty. The one on your website that you've since removed from being compatible, they took that down and they changed it. I said, up until last week, you had listed it as being compatible with the Mission 1 Pro. I guess where I stand now is that I want to review your new camera for surfing, yet I feel like the media team, these guys that I'm emailing, is willfully ignoring my email requests, not even dignifying them with a response. The most obvious reason for this would be my small channel reach. However, I'm also leaning towards the fact that you appear to have fumbled this release and that the GoPro Mission 1 is actually not suitable for surfing use. Either way, with or without your help, I'll uncover the truth and publish my results. Thanks for ignoring this email also. Gives a minute. I think that's succinct and down the line. I love the ending. Thanks for ignoring this email also, because I'm not sending them anymore, right? Like I've tried and I've done the polite thing and then there's nothing more to be said, right? Be content. I have 13 myself, but they don't work for me with live streaming. It worked for my 9 with the media mod, also live streaming. I now have the Mission Pro. It's very nice. You got the Mission 1? Okay, swish. Do you have a media mod, a floaty? I bought the media mod I bought for the V2, but the 13, but maybe I need to buy the other one, the wide lens view. Okay. Danny is full on into the new GoPros. Danny, yeah, and part of me requesting from GoPro was like, maybe I could get one before Danny. GoPro support is pretty bad, yeah. The determined German, indeed, persistent bastard, our gives. You have this as well? I saw these photos also from other brands, but didn't check them. So you've got one of these and you got the Mission 1 Pro. Do me a favor, be content. Try to put the Mission 1 Pro in your existing floaty. It won't fit, man. It cannot fit. It's physically a larger camera. The handler of you got the floating pole, right. Unless you have this, I'm sorry to be rude, I'm not interested, because this is critical when you're surfing, because we all know that GoPro mounts do break. These fingers and the mounting systems do break. If you're surfing and that breaks and you don't have this does not float. So with this in here, it floats and you can find it because it's nice and bright. So the only way I'm going to update to the Mission 1 Pros for surfing is if I can put them in a floating device. And if this one that they said fits and it doesn't, then they're lying. And that's why there's no reviews on YouTube, because no one's doing it. That's why I thought it was a good angel. By the way, be content. I noticed that you are on Kick. Now look, completely fine for you to continue your journey on the Kick machine. However, I want to tell you about something, and I'm going to give it to you straight down the line like one GoPro user to another. There is a platform. It's called Velora.tv. We're streaming there right now. I've got something for you in the Kick chat right now. That is a referral link. Here's the thing. You should click that link and you should come on over to Velora.tv. That's a referral from me. Doesn't do anything, but it's trackable. Maybe down the line that might be something that we can use for some advantageous mechanism. I'm not sure. But if you go ahead and click it and sign up, at least you can get your handle Be Content on. You can get Be Content right now because Velora is new and small. In 6 months from now, 10 months from now, you may want to come back over there and use that handle as Be Content. If you haven't secured it now, by the time you come back, maybe someone else takes it and you might have to get Be Content _01. And you don't want that. You want just the straight up Be Content. So my advice for you is to use that link, sign up, push it aside and just leave it there. Remember your login details, just reuse it later on when things are really popping on Velora and you're like, I remember that platform that Gives a Minute was talking about. You signed up to it. Then you've got your handle ready to roll. Referral link, like I said, doesn't do me anything, doesn't do me any favors, doesn't do you any favors, just says that Gives a Minute brought you in. At the moment, maybe there'll be a flavor to be given later on. I'll name myself Amanzunti. Okay. Oh, the AI mod cleared that out. What the hell? Sorry, your comment got modded. I didn't do that. Deleted comment. I don't know. Must be an AI thing. But yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of my spiel. Let's continue with this. Cruising tunes. Nice coloured water.
And now for the fun part. We're heading into Sandy Creek campsite, and the track for that only just opened from the wet season that very day. So let's go do some forward driving.
Ready to do a bit of forward driving? Cheers.
Croc country, mate. Crocodile country.
We've come to our first river crossing and it looks pretty dodgy. There was a croc sign right.
Do you also watch some DC Rainmaker reviews? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sorry, was that not pausing? He's the go-to. Yeah, I've watched all of his stuff on the Mission 1 Pro for sure. He hasn't mentioned the floating device at all. Not once. Not once has the backdoor floaty been mentioned. And I don't see anyone reviewing it for surfing. I thought GoPro would have lapped at that, considering GoPros are predominantly a surfing camera. That's exactly what they were designed for. This release, big fumble, right? They haven't mentioned surfing at all. I'm not saying that's what it's for, but I'm saying that's a huge use case for them. Yeah. And I wasn't asking for payment. I was just asking for 2 cameras. You might say that's payment enough. To me, it's not. They should be, YouTube reviewers should be paid for their time, just like you'd pay someone to come and sweep your chimney. But anyway. I love this channel. Can you post a link on Valora? I'll do that for you, Hendrik. Tell him I sent you, man. Tell him I sent you, Hendrik. Where's the chat? Here we go.
So what we've got here is Kira's first water crossing.
Yeah, man. And when you tell them, post a link to a stream and a timestamp link where we talked about them. I'm sure they'd be stoked, man.
Hey, how was that?
That was not as scary as I thought it was.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
No, well, you're not doing it again. I'm having a go next.
I'm having a go next.
Yeah.
You guys are agreeing? Yeah. And on that day, Satan will ice skate to work. Why don't you two get a room? Shut the fuck up. Kidding. Man, this episode's heavy with music.
Detour to the Blythe homestead and then headed back to camp. Now, if you have been following along, something you might be aware of is Ryan's...
What? My YouTube stream's down. My YouTube stream's down. Damn it.